Welcome to SVG-TV News for Friday, May 10th, 2019. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. The activities for Fisherman's Day 2019 were launched today and will be celebrated under the theme, Climate Change Affects the Ocean, Fish Responsibly to Sustain the Industry. The slogan for the month-long celebration is, We fish it, you dish it. Chief Fisheries Officer Jennifer Cruikshank Howard said climate change is a serious threat to the fishing industry, hence the need to promote safe fishing practices.
Fish populations are shifting away from the tropical latitudes, possible high local extinction rates in the tropics and semi-enclosed seas. Fish size changes. Large fish will have a smaller maximum body size due to reduced oxygen capacity of seawater. Coral bleaching events affecting fisheries biomass of coral reefs, abundance and productivity, and harmful algal blooms such as the sargassum seaweed washing up on our coastlines.
Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Saboto Caesar said fisherfolk in SVG, including women, continue to make a significant contribution to the country's food security and must be applauded for their effort.
Every day in the fish market playing a very important role. The women who are in the cooperatives, the women who are into fishing, the women with their stalls, the women who sell certain fish products from Barley, a place that my family has great roots. I want to commend you because the work that you're doing goes straight to the root of food security and food sovereignty.
This is the 44th year that Fisherman's Day has been celebrated in SVG, and the chairman of the organizing committee, Raul Lewis, said the life of a fisherman is not always easy and fisherfolk must be appreciated more for their work.
A fisherman is a person who earns his living by catching and selling of fish. It's a very dangerous job. But he keeps going every day, even if it's rain, even if it's sunshine, so that they can put food on their table to send their kids to school. He starts his day very early and ends it sometime very late. They take with them for the day just a few things for lunch, bread, sometimes fish that they get from the day before, fried fish, water, and juice. Because they're not able to buy lunch out there. There's no restaurants out there they can stop by to get lunch. He returns home with his catch, and believe it or not, everyone is so excited to see what he has on the boat.
The activities leading up to Fisherman's Day will include a series of events in several fishing communities. This weekend, the focus will be on Barley. Next weekend, the National Fisherfolk will host their activities in Kingstown, and the action will be taken to Calico from May 26th to June 1st. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Saboto Caesar in Parliament yesterday said the local fisheries sector is making concrete steps in the right direction. Responding to a question relating to the Fisheries Centre in Chateaubelair, Minister Caesar said plans are underway for its repair and several private sector entities have already shown interest in managing the facility. He said similar facilities under private management, such as the one in Beckway, have seen some success, with the facility recording approximately $4 million worth of processed fish. He said with private sector partners, similar gains can be achieved at Chateaubelair.
Remember, this was a facility that was closed. It was a facility that was run down. It is a facility that, because persons can move fish directly from St. Vincent and the Grenadines to Miami, it was advertised, and a group of persons, locals, did a joint venture with a company out of Miami, and we have a throughput valuing $4 million. In Union Island, the value was $35,000, and in Oya, Mr. Speaker, very important, Oya, weight 201,000 pounds, valued at $2.4 million coming out of Oya. And I'm certain that the question was asked by the honorable member for North Leeward because there's a strong possibility that with a facility being opened and functioning in Chateaubelair, that we can see increased numbers in terms of the throughput.
While encouraging entities which manage the various fisheries centers across the country to consider the exportation of fish, Minister Caesar said the recent agreement signed with Rainforest Seafoods will provide added benefits to local fisherfolk.
Encourage the facility in the persons, the cooperative managing the facility in Kialiakwa, which was advertised, and the persons, the cooperative that are managing the facility in Barley, that they must begin to export, to start the export. And I am aware that Rainforest is setting up in Kialiakwa, and that in the agreement they wish to purchase $20 million worth of fish and lobster and conch from the fisher folk, and they will not be allowed to fish. I know that will come in your next question for Parliament. I will discuss it.
Minister Caesar further stated that while there are still issues to be resolved, SVG is undergoing a revolution in the fisheries sector.
Has to be raised. Is it better and more profitable for the fisher folk to export it as wild than to sell it as live bait? All of these questions we have to address, and we definitely need the facility in Chateaubelair so that we can begin to export. I want to be able to go into a supermarket in New York and see straight out of Chateaubelair. See, I remember not when, anyway. Yes. And and Senator James visited the facility some time ago, and he had some input. I've had the input from my friend, the member for North Leeward, and definitely the fisheries sector. Mr. Speaker, when the history books are written on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I am happy that history will record me as being the Minister of Fisheries at the time when we had such a revolution in fisheries.
Meanwhile, our news team caught up with some representatives of fisherfolk organizations today who explained that they are facing many challenges and would like the government's intervention.
What I'm facing right now is that since 2015 we still not issue our fisherman ID card, and that is a serious challenge that the fishers are really facing. They keep reporting to me as the president of the organization that is a very important piece of equipment, because with the recent CARICOM free movement of skilled workers around the region, and if we don't have this piece of identification that we are actually prove up a fisherman from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we migrated to different countries, we won't be accepted. And I think that the government should really look into this as a very serious issue. There are various times that our boats had been held up at sea and for a couple hours, and there was no proper identification that you're a fisherman from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have 3 boats that went drifted, they end up in different countries, and there was nothing to say that they were a fisherman. So I think it's very neat.
First and foremost, I like to see the availability of engines and spare parts. We have a major challenge here, and because of that, a lot of fisher folks have their boat on land, or if you have like mechanical repairs to carry out, and it takes an extra long time to get it resolved. In terms of the fishing in itself, the the availability of foreign market, but I mean we also face with a challenge because of the configuration of our vessels. I mean most not designed in a way that we could take ice. So I mean the quality of the fish might be what the external market might require.
We all know that gas is so expensive, and a boat takes between $500 and $800 a day for gas, and at the end of it, we have no discount on gas. You could lose gas for 1 day, you could lose gas for 2 days. You go out and you don't get anything, and you have to dip in your pocket to gas up back to go out tomorrow, because you don't want to stay in shore and maybe tomorrow might be the day to catch some fish.
Residents of Polyard in the Arnesville area will not have access to electricity. However, they will be relocated to an area with all the amenities they need. So says Housing Minister Montgomery Daniel in a response to a question in Parliament yesterday by Opposition Senator K. Bacchus-Batiste about the government's plans to put electricity in the area. Daniel said Polyard is an informal settlement which has evolved over the years. He said the community is a vulnerable one and must be relocated.
That along the airport, all along that area, that this is within a low-lying area and is even threatened by the nearby river, making the area much more vulnerable to heavy rainfall. Mr. Speaker, presently, remedial works are being done to accommodate the proposed new urban development project for that area. So unfortunately, Polyard will not be part of the new development, and the residents will not be getting any lights. The residents, Mr. Speaker, will be relocated. And in light of all of those factors, it is not practical to give electricity to the settlement at this time.
Tell them that.
When these families are relocated, they will all have the benefit of all the necessary amenities.
Nurses play a critical role in the delivery of health care in the country, and this week is being used to celebrate their sacrifices and hard work. Today, nurses from the North Leeward District conducted blood pressure checks targeting van drivers at the Leeward Bus Terminal in capital Kingstown, as well as educating persons on issues relating to their health. Speaking with our news team, President of the SVG Nurses Association, Cindy Pierre Charles, said today's activity helps to bring a greater awareness about the work of nurses.
The thing you see when you're born is a nurse, or midwife, the special nurse, and the last thing you see if you're in a hospital setting, more than likely would be a nurse as well. We play a very important role in educating the nation about health issues. Most clinics you would go, you would see the nurses, they are the ones on the ground doing the work, tending to your every needs, teaching you, helping you, and showing you what we're supposed to do. So we just wanted to do some activities. Then today the North Leeward District is celebrating Nurses Week by offering services, blood pressure checks, GMR checks for members of the public, and they're targeting the van drivers and the conductors, because normally they would pass and don't get a time to go. And as you know, high blood pressure is prevalent in our community right now, and young persons are dying from high blood pressure related conditions. So today they are here, as you can see, just sharing some information with the public. We're giving counseling if you have any questions.
Charles said the response from the public was excellent, with many van drivers taking the opportunity to learn from the health professionals. She said capacity building and fitness are important to nurses and highlighted activities which promote both.
Symposium on the 23rd of May at the Foreign Affairs Conference Room, and that will be geared toward enhancing nurses, their skills and profession, building capacity to better serve the public. On the 1st of June, we would have a fun walk that is in the effort of balancing mind, body and spirit. We know that health and obesity, and it's not just about just going and walk. We have to keep a holistic approach as to maintaining a balance between mind, body and spirit.
All right, so you said you're targeting the van drivers to help them get their blood checked. How's the reception from them been so far?
Well, the reception has been great. They would come as they pull in, they would come out of their vans and they come and get their pressure checks, and sometimes they would say they're coming back, but you know, men in general afraid when they see things, once they see nurses and doctors. So it's been well received.
The Nurses Association president also used the opportunity to share some key advice with the public.
But mostly just appreciate your nurses, show them the love and the respect that they deserve. When you go into the health centers, when you go into the hospitals, just remember they are humans as well, and sometimes it's not easy doing this job. Just show your respect, your love and appreciation. If you feel that you can do it in any other way that you see fit, that would be your choice. But for us, your love, your appreciation and your respect when you come into the health centers and when you come to the hospital setting would be most greatly appreciated.
The Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment, the CPEA, will be held next week, Thursday and Friday, for hundreds of grade 6 primary school students across the country. One of the schools with the largest number of students who will be taking the exam is the C.W. Prescott Primary in capital Kingstown. On Thursday, the school held a mock exam for its students, which was designed to help the teachers gauge the students' preparedness, not only academically but also mentally. Some of the students shared with our news team their excitement about the mock exam.
Danica Darcy, the mock exam was pretty easy and some of the questions was kind of tricky, but if you reason it out, you will kind of get the answer, and it was okay.
Very good actually. The math test was relatively easy, surprisingly. And the social studies, some parts of it was hard, but I managed to figure out what to do on that day.
The test was easy, but it wasn't hard. Some people thought it was challenging, but I do not think so.
I think I did very well because it was not difficult.
The students said they are putting in all efforts into their studies, which for some is a bit of a challenge. However, they are all hoping to secure places at some of the top secondary schools come September.
Top 10. Top 10. I'll aim for the skies. I'm going to make my mommy, myself, and my teachers proud. Yeah, stay up at night like 11 the furthest to study. Then I go to sleep and wake up 9. Learn important facts, little stuff to chunk inside my brain, make it fun to learn.
I'm very excited and I really want to go to girls' high school. And my name is Kaylee Blake and I'm 11 years old. Studying very hard and just meditating and just trying to remember.
I really aim for grammar or St. Martin because those are the two schools I wanted to go. Two top schools I want to go. Studying a lot, plenty. There's a lot of notes I have to study, a lot, and I spend some time at night studying. My mom does give me some notes to study at night. Sometimes it don't take that long, but sometimes it take longer than usual.
Girls High School because that's the only school I like to go, and it's the best school. I'm revising, I'm doing everything that my mom told me, and it's kind of hard because I have to do my chores and plus study at the same time.
Reading lots of past papers and doing them every day. It's very hard because I was tired last night and I still had to get up and go into some more. It's challenging. You I want to go to girls' high school, and I want to be an air hostess.
Well, I'm taking every second that I have and putting more effort into it to study so I can pass and make my mom proud.
And which school you're hoping to get?
Girls' High School, Thomas Sanders or Convent.
One grade 6 teacher at the C.W. Prescott Primary, Maria Abbott, said 122 students are being prepared by a team of teachers to sit the exam next week, and they're looking forward to good passes this year.
The children, they would have worked tirelessly. They put their all into it. Sometimes children come to school. Miss, I didn't sleep last night, you know, Miss, I won't sleep and so forth. So you know that they really put their all into it. You could see it in their work. The teachers themselves, words cannot begin to express what we the teachers, we have 8 teachers in grade 6, we have 4 grade 6, and words cannot begin to express what the teachers would have gone through to prepare these children for next week. Confident, very confident. I am looking, we are hoping for 100% pass. Give or take, a few will fall by the wayside. So last year we had, I think, 91%, which was an increase from 85%. So I'm looking for another increase, so maybe we'll reach 95% pass.
Stay with us, Carnival Beat is coming right up. Welcome to Carnival Beats. Tonight we continue to highlight up-and-coming artists in the local music industry. The Black Lion 784 is a small music group made up of several young talented soca artists who are all eyeing this year's Soca Monarch crown. The music group was founded by performing artist and producer Jevon Franklin, known as the Original Iceberg. The group recently released a raga soca song called Up Party Rhythm. Franklin told our news team that so far the response to the music on social media has been positive. However, they are experiencing challenges getting the song played on radio.
Well, this year we're bringing out a couple songs. We already launched a rhythm already. We have a rhythm called Party Up Rhythm now on YouTube. You know, you could go and check it out, featuring myself, Lyrica and Radical. It's a raga soca rhythm. But we have more music coming. We have another song to be released soon. Basically it's supposed to be today, right? By the name of Wild and Wasi. Well, some of the struggles we face, and it's a thing that's been ongoing for years, right? Basically, right, I do dancehall music, but they say do soca, so I do soca. And while doing soca, one of the basic thing we face is getting the airplays. You know, what we find is a problem, like, it's a lot of curry favor thing. You know, I ain't ashamed to say that because I've heard songs that is like of less quality than our music, and it's getting airplay. And while we here now, we're struggling because of what? I don't know why.
Co-founder of the Black Lion group, Jomo Samuel, known as Kenyatta, also a soca artist, released his own soca rhythm, Wild and Wasi, earlier this week.
It's like radio station play, you know, trying to get the music to push more. And we get a lot of fight down trying to put out the music out there. People will say about this and, you know, about the quality. Just the same thing like what Iceberg told you, the same thing about the quality and all these type of things. So, really and truly, we're just pushing our music ourselves to see how far we could go with it. And we're getting good response. So we just keep pushing it. Just keep pushing it, keep doing the works. We don't never stop. We don't never give up on what we're doing. That's about Black Lions. That's about the group. You know? Well, basically, for people to know the life that we live, you know, and to do more for the younger artists that are coming up, and just to keep pushing the music. Don't never give up on what you're doing, and we would always be here to help each other to develop the music to the way we're supposed to go.
The lone female artist in the group, Felicia Adams, known as Lyrica, said her aim is to make it big in the music industry like her idol, Rihanna.
I've dropped a raga soca, it's called Attitude, and I've also got another power soca going, which I'm going to name Chateau Girl, because I'm from Chateau, representing all the Chateau girls Yeah, so far that is the 2 soca, but personally me, I really like a soca artist. I want to be known as an artist, whether it's dancehall, hip-hop, as long as it flows through. Encouragement. Honestly, I didn't think I could do it because, you know, fighting with yourself, sometimes you have to get confidence, but I would like to tell other females out there, come on, it ain't just me, there's a lot of other artists out there who ain't recognized as yet, so I like to tell them to encourage themselves, don't give up, be you, don't try and be something else, be you. Don't try and just be like the other artists out there, be you.
Another member of the band, Elon Wynn, known as SVG Ninja Man, is encouraging other younger musicians to support each other and form alliances.
All the other musicians out there, the younger youths them that coming through right now after me, because I, you know, up front there, and I will tell them to work hard at it, be as unified as much assistance will get from the elder. If you need assistance from the elders, you will get it, you know, and we are here for everyone, you know, and can walk along with anyone that come around. And
several promoters of some of the major private shows for Vincy Mas have expressed appreciation to telecommunication company Flow for its sponsorship support for the hosting of the events over the years. Speaking at the company's 2019 Carnival promotion launching event on Wednesday evening, Kevin Robinson of Amagin Entertainment said, without the support of Flow, their events would not have been possible.
Amagin Entertainment, we have a few events for the season. We start the season with I Love Rum. We also have our big Festival of Color, Carnival Friday, and then AM breakfast party on Carnival Monday morning. So this year, definitely, we're always on, fully powered by Flow, and over the next few weeks, we'll also be launching our Carnival promotions, so stay tuned for that. There's a lot of different things happening, a lot of prizes to be won, a lot of, you know, things for persons both locally, coming in from overseas, and, you know, I also want to give a big shout out to, you know, not just, you know, all the parties that happen, but, you know, the mass bands that, and, you know, the overall general, you know, Carnival promotion, CDC, everything, because without all the key elements, you know, Carnival in St. Vincent would not be where it is today.
Manager of the Sandhill Steel Orchestra, Warren Knight, also thanked Flow for being a major sponsor of their events and for having the youth's interest at heart.
In which we would be involved for the rest of the 2019. We would have the Sandhill Euphonium fundraising barbecue, which will take place on the 25th of May at the Sandhill intersection. The Sandhill Euphonium would also be involved in the Junior Pan Fest, which would be on the 30th of May. We would also be involved in the Steel and Glitter, which is a senior panorama competition on the 4th of July, and Sandhill Euphonium annual summer program, which is our 24th annual summer training program, will run from the 22nd of July to the 30th of August. And following that, in August, we will have what we call a Pan Fair, and in October, we'll have our usual Pan Jamboree, where we invite other steel bands to take part. We would like to extend an invitation to the general public to support the events mentioned and all the other events sponsored by Flow for Vincy Mas 2019.